Sam Mayer said something very interesting in the post-race press conference. He was asked if it bothers him that his name has not come up in the Cup Series silly season discussions a little bit more than it has for some of his fellow Xfinity Series drivers or other drivers that are maybe recent graduates of the Xfinity Series that have only raced in Cup for a couple of years. And he said it absolutely bothers him. And, I think that at the start of the year, we're looking at Sam's season, really the entire junior motorsports team, and thinking that it might be a long year for them if they couldn't start getting the results that we know that team has historically been capable of. Well, Sam Mayer has done just that. Martinsville actually started a current stretch that he's on 9 races where he's only finished worse than 4th place on 2 separate occasions. Those were Talladega and Portland, where he arguably should have had a top 4 finish. Got spun out and shuffled back with all the chaos in the closing laps there. Certainly not indicative of the pace that he had. And of course, Talladega, really just a wild card in so many different ways. Where so much can go wrong, not of your own doing. So kind of a wild card and an outlier in its own right. But aside from those 2 races, this 9-race stretch that he's been on, very impressive speed, very impressive pace. Now, when I look at Sam's Xfinity career here, this is his 3rd season full-time with Junior Motorsports. Of course, he didn't do too much truck racing. He did get that win with GMS Bristol, but he's kind of had a similar progression to Ty Gibbs and Jesse Love in that, he's so dominant in ARCA and then goes kind of straight into the Xfinity Series in terms of running a full-time schedule. And I think, it took him a little while to get up to speed, but now that he has, I think he certainly has shown that that junior motorsports team is capable of winning on any given race weekend. And when you look at his age, he's going to be 21 later this month. You might say that's a little bit young to consider a Cup Series ride, especially when you consider how long it typically takes rookies to get up to speed in the Cup Series. But Sam Mayer being born in 2003, that's the same year that Carson Hocevar was born. And of course, Hocevar picked up a Cup Series ride this year with the Spire Motorsports team. They clearly saw something in what he was doing in the Truck Series, kind of the opposite of what Sam did, going straight from trucks into Cup with only a handful of Xfinity starts here and there for Hocevar. But I think aside from the maturity issues that we talked about, which, let's be clear, I mean, what 21-year-old isn't that a true sentiment for, that you need to work on that a little bit, especially in a sport like this that requires such discipline. There's no denying that Hocevar has the speed and has the talent to warrant Cup Series consideration, and clearly Spire thought the same way. They gave him that opportunity this year. I think Sam Mayer would certainly be deserving of a similar opportunity should one open up. Now, the problem for Mayer is that I think this silly season is going to be very busy. There's a strong team in Stewart-Haas, or at least a historically strong team. I know they haven't been as strong the last couple of years, but 4 drivers at that SHR program that are seeing their rides go away, that don't necessarily know where those charters are going to end up, where those opportunities and open seats are going to end up. Still a lot of pieces to fall into place of this 2025 puzzle. I don't know that there's going to be an open spot for Sam Mayer at a team that you might think would be a natural progression, like a Hendrick Motorsports, for example. I think they have their lineup pretty much set. Joe Gibbs has the 19 opening up. Of course, we've got the news this week that Martin Truex Jr. is stepping away from full-time racing. But it sounds more and more heavily, these rumors coming in, that Chase Briscoe is a heavy favorite for that seat. So that would be one of his Stewart-Haas drivers finding an opening for him to remain in the Cup Series. But will there be an opening for Sam Mayer to move up to it? That remains to be seen. I don't think that an extra season, one more season of Xfinity, would be something that would stagnate him or ruin his career or anything. But I do think when you look at his results, again, you look at his age and maybe say that he might be on the younger side to justify moving up. But I think his results tell a different story, and his level of experience, how early he got promoted to the Xfinity Series, maybe playing a role in how long it took him relative to some others like Ty Gibbs, who won his debut race to get up to speed a little bit. But I think now that he's gotten there, certainly showing that, yeah, he does have a right to be a little bit pissed off that he hasn't been included in these conversations a little bit more with how he's been running, particularly over the last 9 or so weeks. So congratulations to Sam Mayer. We'll see if anything opens up for next year, but I would have to agree with him. I think he is absolutely proving right now with how he's running that he is worthy of Cup Series consideration.